Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice. Happy Grotmas to everybody who's watching this on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Suppose Boxing Day works as well. Happy holidays to everyone else. If you celebrate Grotmas or not, it's fine, you can still be here. But this is our last Grotmas Calendar detachment. Now, I have missed 4, I have missed the demons. I don't necessarily think that there's much of an outcry for it. We might come back and do them. It might be something just to complete our little collection of Grotmas detachments. But our last one today is in the festive spirit of drinking to excess, being merry, partying, and fighting with family. It's the Space Wolves. And I'm choosing to not see the furry side. We're being positive today. White beards and joy to all mankind is apparently the Sons of Russ way, as long as they can hit you with an axe afterwards, I suppose. This Grotmas, if you're searching for the devoted helpers of a large bearded man in a flying sleigh, look no further than today's Grotmas Calendar detachment, the Champions of Fenris. I feel like I should like the Space Wolves. That whole Nordic vibe is something that I would absolutely love. Maybe I should look into them more, because I don't know much about them. But as somebody who is of Nordic descent and loves the whole Viking, Norse mythology stuff, I feel like I should love these. We'll see, maybe their range refresh will pull me in. But anyway, let's get into this properly, shall we? The Champions of Russ let rip with blood-chilling howls as they storm into battle. They are the hand-picked warriors of the great wolf Logan Grimnar, the exemplars of all that it means to be a space wolf. And every last one fights to prove themselves worthy of such accolades. Even should they do battle without their lord, still they strive as though he was watching and judging their every effort. They commit one saga-worthy deed after another, hunting down the mightiest prey. On worlds across the galaxy, no matter how terrible the foe or deadly the battlefield, the Champions of Russ fight endlessly in defense of the All-Father's realm. It's pretty epic so far. They've actually tried on this one, it sounds like. These are the greatest heroes of the Space Wolves, and the detachment rule, the Great Wolf Watches, reinforces this by granting a vision of heroic intervention to all infantry and walker units. Ooh, that's spicy. At the end of the opponent's charge phase, any of these units within 3 inches of an enemy can declare a charge, targeting those enemy units. Space Wolves Terminators also gain a point of objective secured, nice, letting them do double duty as objective clearers and objective takers. I like it. The Wolves' Wisdom enhancement makes the detachment rule even stronger for 1 unit, letting them declare a charge against units within 6 inches instead of 3. The mere presence of this unit on the battlefield will force the enemies of the Space Wolves to change their plans to account for the extraordinary warriors in their midst. The Champions of Fenris are often outnumbered on the battlefield, but they have a wealth of experience to ensure they are never outmatched. For example, the Prey Taker's Eye stratagem grants the infantry unit lethal hits or sustained hits 1, so a Space Wolves player can always tilt the scales in their favour, no matter the foe they're facing. We have seen stratagems like that quite a lot before, I will say that. We regret to inform you that there's no Grotmas detachment coming tomorrow. On the other hand, it is Christmas, Grotmas, and we have another gift for anyone who visits Warhammer community tomorrow. If that drops before I need to leave to go see family, we'll cover it. But how about we take a look at this detachment? Enhance. The Champions of Fenris. Detachment rule, the Great Wolf Watches. At the end of your opponent's charge phase, each Adeptus Astartes infantry and Adeptus Astartes walker unit from your army that is within 3 inches of 1 or more enemy units and would be eligible to declare a charge against 1 or more of those units can declare a charge against 1 or more of those units, and you resolve that charge as if it were your charge phase. If that charge is successful, your unit does not receive any charge bonus this turn. So, sorry, I'm just thinking 3 Brutalis Dreadnoughts. While Adeptus Astartes Terminator units from your army are not battle-shocked, add 1 to the OC characteristics of models in that unit. Nice. Your army can include Space Wolves units, but cannot include any Adeptus Astartes units drawn from any other chapter. Fairly standard. It's just a nice, strong aggressive detachment rule, isn't it? Enhancements. Wolves Wisdom 30 points. Adeptus Astartes inventory model only. The bearer's unit can declare a charge against one or more units within 6 inches instead of within 3 inches when using the Great Wolf Watch's detachment rule. So, yeah, 3-inch increase to the detachment rule. It's nice. 30 points. It's probably well priced, but this is more about slowing the enemy down and taking the fight to them. So from a narrative point, yes, I love it. Bow's Fate 15 points. Adeptus Astartes Terminator model only. Each time an enemy unit excluding monsters and vehicles within engagement range of the bearer's unit falls back, all models in that enemy unit must take desperate escape tests. When doing so, if that enemy unit is battle shocked, subtract 1 from each of those tests. Yeah, it's not bad. It's more situational, but it's not bad. It keeps that pressure of the combat going, doesn't it? Fang Rune Pendant, 15 points. Adeptus Astartes Terminator model only. The bearer's unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. Straightforward, decently priced. For Terminators, it'll be usable because I don't think there are any specific Space Wolf melee build Terminators. It's just the usuals. The new Terminator kit has some really nice special weapons that you can add in. Not a huge amount of them, but they do have the Storm Bolters and whatever, so being able to drop back, shoot and then charge, again, it keeps the pressure on with Terminator units, which usually are pretty tough. I do like a Terminator unit, but that's not bad. And finally, Longstrider, 20 points. Adeptus Astartes model only. You can reroll charge rolls made for the bearer's unit. Stick that on a Judicia with 6 Blade Guard around him, and yeah, fight first. Rest is history. Stratagems. We have 6 strategic ploys. One of them is Armour of Contempt, so I'm not going to cover that. They're all 1 CP. Prey Taker's Eye. When your shooting phase or the fight phase, target 1 Adeptus Astartes infantry unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. Select either the lethal hits or sustained hits abilities at the end of the phase. Weapons equipped by models in your unit have that ability. Straightforward. I do think it's nice. Runes of Claiming. When end of your command phase, target 1 Adeptus Astartes infantry or Adeptus Astartes walker unit from your army. Effect, select 1 objective marker you control that your unit is within range of. The objective marker remains under your control until the opponent's level of control over that objective marker is greater than yours at the end of the phase. Sticky objectives for a CP. But it's on infantry and walkers, which is nice. I don't think I gave this full credit yesterday with the World Eaters. But World Eaters and Space Wolves, they're both melee focused, they want to get in there and smack you. This is actually a really strong stratagem, I think. Because it means you can just sticky your well, any objective, but your home objective and push on off it. You don't need to be there all the time. I think it's quite nice, especially for an army that wants to push up the board with some real big units and hit everything. I think that's not bad. Chilling Howl. When your opponent's command phase, target 1 Adeptus Astartes Terminator unit from your army. Effect, each enemy unit within 6 inches of your unit must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from that test if the unit is below half strength. Okay, potentially that's big. Very situational, but potentially that could be quite good. Especially with a unit like this, the Terminators, who you want to push up as much as possible. Or even deep strike in. Stalking Wolves. When your opponent's shoot phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. Target 1 Adeptus Astartes infantry unit from your army that was selected as the target of 1 or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Effect, until the end of the phase, models in your unit have the stealth ability. I am a fan of the stealth ability, and just being able to pop stealth on a infantry unit. Yeah, I'll take that for a CP. And finally, Onrushing Storm. When end of your opponent's fight phase, target 1 Adeptus Astartes Terminator Squad unit from your army that is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. Effect, remove your unit from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserves. I like that on Terminators. For a CP, uppy downy Terminators, I want to play this detachment. My Primarch is the Lion, so I shouldn't be as into this as I am. I mean, I could just start a secondary chapter, couldn't I? But I'm not actually Dark Angel. I don't run them as Dark Angels. I run them as my spin-off of Dark Angels, the Embers of Caliban. I don't use named characters and epic heroes. So I could run any detachment I want. So I could do that. Uppy downy Terminators. for a CP? Yes, please. I love a Terminator. I do love a Terminator. I'm going to make a full-on Terminator force. Terminators and Land Raiders. I think that's going to be my return to 40k army, I think. I like these purely from a narrative vibe, but also there's some really useful things in here. Stealth for a CP on an infantry unit, uppy downy Terminators, sticky objectives on either infantry or a dreadnought. Yeah, really, really nice. And there's lots of things that help boost Terminators here as well, which is nice. Yeah, overall, I think we're ending on a high. I wasn't a massive fan of the World Eaters one. I wasn't a massive fan of the Tau one either, but the comments have told me that I'm wrong and it is usable, which is good. I'm glad that people are seeing how they can use this. Yeah, I think overall these detachments have been pretty good. I quite like the fact that you can just pile in at the end of your opponent's charge phase with any unit you want, basically. I think that's really cool, really fun, and it does make me want to do a Terminator Dreadnought Lehman Russ army. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sold. I've sorted out what my new Space Marine army is going to be. This is fun, it's themey, it really fits that Space Wolves idea. Yeah, love it. But let me know what you think in the comments, as always. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great Christmas. In all seriousness, I know we mess around a little bit, but genuinely enjoy it. Spend time with family or whatever you want to do. Hope you get some amazing stuff. I will, if I can, cover the Christmas Day article tomorrow. Boxing Day we might be a bit quiet, but there is going to be more videos coming. I am building up to being able to do more stuff with this as I'm shifting focus to this being the main channel, because you guys, alright, the sub count might not be in the thousands yet, but you guys are really joining in, and this is what I love about the Wargames community in general. They're just genuinely, it's a community. Everybody talks and wants to help out, and yeah, alright, you get some bad eggs, but there's a lot of just genuine people who love this hobby, be it 40k, be it Dead Zone, be it Star Wars Legion. There's just people who love this stuff, and it's such a pleasure to just talk to you guys in the comments, and hopefully if we ever get to doing live streams and things, you guys will join in and we'll just have fun. That's my goal for this as we're sort of building into 2025. But I'll talk about more of that later. That's a whole separate video. I just wanted to say first thank you for taking to the channel in this basic state that it is in. You guys are amazing. Wherever you've come from, thank you for viewing and liking and commenting. It really does make a huge difference. And going from something as wide as video gaming to narrowing down into this type of gaming, it helps solidify what I want to do. And I'm so excited for the next year. But that's, as I say, a video for another time. Enjoy your holidays, and I'll see you all in the next one.